From the combined crew of blindandroidusers.com and accessibleandroid.com, it's time for your favorite Android podcast. Kick back now and enjoy another fine episode from these fanboys and gals as they navigate Android from a blindness perspective. And now, here's your crew.
Hello and welcome to episode 267 of the Blind Android Users Podcast. I'm Ed Green and I'm joined today by my co-hosts Karine Kawan, Sally Kunders, John Dyer and Warren Carr. And we're coming to you on Saturday, the 17th of January, 2026. After our announcement section, it's an apps, tips and tricks episode this week. The apps we're going to demonstrate are SmartRSS and Readest. We then have a tip of the week about using Airdrop on a Pixel 10 series phone. And we have a Talkback highlight introducing the text formatting announcement feature that came in Talkback 16.2. Well, it's my first episode of 2026. I'll very belatedly wish everybody a Happy New Year. I'm not quite sure when you're supposed to stop doing that, but on the basis it's still January, I think it's probably all right. Sally, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm finally okay being in 26. Warren knows what I feel, but it's been forever that I was okay being in the new year, but it's all good now. And it's my brother's birthday tomorrow, so I'll be really enjoying that when you guys listen to the episode. And how are you, Ed? It's been a while.
It has. I'm well, thank you. I hope you're going to pull your brother's Yannick on his birthday. Yeah. That would be good. I say I'm all right, but my football teams keep losing, and it's not beyond the bounds of possibility that both managers could get sacked on the same day at this rate. Two bad defeats today for both of them to teams near the bottom of their respective divisions, which is bad. I'm struggling to get my head around 2026. I was trying to find a really important document at work because I save with date stamps, year, month, day, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And then I realised I'd saved it in 2025. So it was saved as January 25 rather than 2026, but I did eventually find it. Struggling to get to grips with the new year too. Karine, how are you?
I'm doing well. Everything is good here. We had a cold week and we had heavy rain, we had hail. It was like a typical rainy week and it was great.
Nice. We've had a cold, rainy week too, although, to be fair, not as cold and rainy as the week before. And you've got some interesting news from the Android blogosphere, haven't you, as well?
Actually, it's sad news. Actually, I think many people already have just checked this and read this and felt the sadness of the announcement. The Mishal Rahman, the well-known Android poster, the person who worked for Android Authority, who worked on the Android Faithful podcast, who worked before with XDA. We all Android fans know this name very well. He is known for his Android tips, Android in-depth reviews, discoveries, things that he talks about before anyone else. So this person has announced that he won't be talking about Android anymore. I mean, this type of posts and articles that we all enjoy. Well, he's about to start working with a new project. Actually, he didn't announce what would be this project, but I guess that it could be something that is preventing him from being the free person who was before. So maybe he will be working for a company which is Android related. Maybe I don't know. Actually, we're just waiting to see. And to be honest, I'm really hoping that one day this person will go back to his interesting work that he had before, because, I think we all here just like this person and like what he used to do. I mean, for many years, maybe for more than 10 years.
Maybe he could be a Googler, Karen, and that may be more helpful because he probably know where the pain points are and may be helpful to us out there. But like you said, though, I think it would be nice for him to come back. But you know what? Whatever it is, if he's making more moolah, I'm all in.
Yeah, it sounds like a lucrative venture for him, doesn't it, if he's agreed to stop doing that. But as you say, Kareem, sad end of an era and a source of valuable tips and tricks gone elsewhere. Let's see where he ends up. Warren, you chipped in then. Might as well come to you next. How are you?
Well, I'm doing okay. It's that time of year. However, I do want to mention that it's kind of been rather nice this year. We haven't been getting a lot of snow like in the past. And the temps have not been that bad. We haven't seen any 0-degree weather. I mean, as I speak right now, it's like 28 degrees out there. So it's not bad at all this year for some reason. So, but then we want more snow because that's how we survive. Without it, we wouldn't have all that irrigation water in the summertime because this is an agricultural area. And so we need all that snow. The good news, however, is that it's snowing up in the mountains where we actually really need it because that's where the snowpack is going to be and melt down and come on down here. So we're good.
Good stuff. And last but not least, John, how are things in Old Dominion?
They're good. I'm actually in the middle of assembling a bed from IKEA right now, so there's parts everywhere. I'm trying to figure it out. We went and bought my son a twin bed last night, and usually I enjoy, well, I still enjoy it, but I like figuring out how to put the furniture together on my own since I can't read the manual anyway. And this one has been very tricky. Turns out it's not just a simple twin bed like I thought. It converts into a king size bed if you want it to. So it's very sophisticated, or complicated, I should say.
That sounds annoying. Did you feast on any IKEA meatballs while you were there, or other such delicacies?
No, we were just chasing my son around and trying to get the hell out of there.
I have to say, IKEA is one store that I hate with an absolute passion.
I hate it too,
I hate IKEA. I can't stand IKEA at all.
Yeah.
Anything about it.
Believe it or not, we got something that Julia got from 2018. It's supposed to be a shelf, and we tried to put it together, even with the guide. And they say in the guide, actually, you could throw away some of this, throw this part away, or what? Then what's the point? Why did you put that in there? And to be honest, to this day, we haven't been able to. We've tried to put it on together, and it's so wobbly. And I'm like, so we just put it apart. And I'm like, yesterday I was telling Julia, I'm gonna throw this nonsense away because it's not working. So I wouldn't buy anything from that store. I'm sorry, but I don't like them at all.
Has TaskRabbit made it to Moxie? Do you have any rabbits that you can get to do it for you?
We probably could, but I'm gonna put it all in our recycle trash because it's a metallic thing. But it is bad. I mean, it's absolutely stupid. So, yeah. Forget about that store. I'm not buying anything there, but kudos to you, John, for having the patience to work on it. I'm a patient man, but this, tested my patience. I lost it.
Your shelving plans for your shelf.
I sure shelved it off.
Yeah.
And now, the announcement segment. This is a segment dedicated to things we want you to be in the know. And now for this week's episode, here's your announcements.
Well, let's turn to our announcement section, and I think we have one, which is our first open listener session of 2026 is on the horizon in a couple of weeks' time, Saturday the 31st of January. So please keep an eye out on social media for links, which I imagine we will post in the week of the 26th. That's what we normally do. So keep an eye out for that, and do join us if you can at noon Eastern, 5 p.m. GMT. We are in GMT, aren't we? 9 a.m. Pacific. What time is it in Turkey, Sally?
It's going to be 8 p.m.
Excellent. And elsewhere, just if you don't know when it is, just ask your voice assistant. Even Alexa might be able to cope with that.
It's
Siri
going to be
probably.
10:30 in India.
10:30 in India, is it? Not 9:30?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
10:30.
10:30.
Ah, okay, cool. Even Siri might even be able to cope with that bit of AI. Although I see Apple are switching to Gemini, aren't they, to power their AIs, which is interesting. But yeah, any self-respecting voice assistant ought to be able to convert a time zone for you from one of those I've just read out. And yeah, please do join us then, Saturday, the 31st of January.
And if you have any drinks you want to bring, feel free to bring those along, because I know there's someone who always gives me a bad time, Harriet here, and you, Harriet. So Harriet, if you're going to be coming, be sure to bring your own drink, because I'm not going to be providing any drinks for you guys since it's all virtual. But seriously speaking, we're looking forward to seeing you guys. And so it's open to both listeners and developers. And if you have a quiz like Sally does, bring that quiz along and introduce the pretty thing to the people. Right, Sally?
Surely.
And pull their cheeks. Let's move now then to our app demonstrations. And the first one is brought to us by listener Riz, who demonstrates the RSS reader SmartRSS.
Hello, this is Riz for blindandroidusers.com. I'm here today to demonstrate an app. The app in question is called SmartRSS, SmartRSS. And this is an RSS news reader type app. It's quite new, so it's still developing, and I think it does have some way to grow, but most of it's working pretty good so far, and I'm liking this app a lot. I spoke to the developer a few days ago because originally there was unlabeled buttons, and those buttons have been quickly labeled. So let's take a look at the app, shall we?
Home.
I'm on the home screen now, so I'm going to go and find the app. Now I'm using Talkback version 16.2 on a Pixel 10. Of course, running Android 16.x. Let's have a look.
SmartRSS.
So there's a SmartRSS. Let's open it.
SmartRSS.
Now, what happens when you open the app initially is it'll open in one of two options, depending on your option selection. You can either have it open to your feeds and your groups, because you can group feeds together, like what I've done. I've got all my basic, the ones I follow, in one group. Or you can have it open in article view. Now, I do believe it has opened in article view, and I'll explain what that means in a minute.
All unread, 10 unread. Settings button.
Okay, no, it hasn't actually. It's actually opened in the main screen. So let me describe what we have here. We have on the top left, we have the settings button.
All unread, 10 unread. Settings button. Settings button. All unread, 10 unread.
So then it says all unread, 10 unread. Those are the articles I have unread.
Add feed button. Group button. SmartRSS. Group button.
Okay, so on the top left, you have your settings button. Then as you move to the right, you get the title, which is SmartRSS. Then in the top right-hand corner, there are two buttons. The far right button is
Add feed button.
Add feed. Okay. Just to the left of that is
Group button.
Group. Now that's where you can manage your groups. You can create new groups. You can add edit a group as well. I'm not going to go into that too much detail here. So then the rest of the screen has
all unread, 10 unread.
That at the top it says all unread, 10 unread. Below that,
Default BBC Sport 8. Default 310.
it says default. That's the name of the group I have created. All of my RSS feeds are in that group. Then
BBC Sport 8. Button.
so now it's telling me that there are 8 options in BBC Sport.
Eurogamer 1. Button.
And in the Eurogamer feed, I have 1 article.
IGN Articles 1. Button.
And in the IGN articles, I have 1. So those, it shows you what, so you can either go into those individual feeds, or if you go
All unread 10 unread.
to the all unread, 10 unread, that will show you all your feeds. Like, for instance, everything that you have all together in one view.
Star tab 1 of 3.
Now, at the bottom, we have 3 tabs. We have the star tab, which is where if you star in an article, they will appear there. Just to the right of that, we have
Unread tab 2 of 3. Button.
unread
Selected.
tab. That's the one I have selected by default. And what that will show is all your unread articles. And then finally,
All articles tab 3 of 3.
then the
Button.
final option is all articles. And what that means is that it will show you all the articles, whether they're read or unread. Now, before we go into viewing one of the articles, let's go to the settings. That, remember, is in the top left-hand corner of the home screen.
Settings. Button. Settings.
Okay, so now I've gone into settings, and at the top we have
Changelog view improvement.
changelog view improvements. Then, next one down
Button.
is this button. Now, actually, that changelog view improvements,
Detected. Icon upload. Image. A dark brown square icon with a diagonal arrow pointing upwards and to the right, symbolizing sharing or uploading. The icon is set against a muted yellow background.
there you go. I actually told you that's an upload button, and that allows you to share. At least I think it does. Let me check.
Premium button. Play Store.
Yeah, it allows you to share the app, so you can actually share the app because that's what it's done there. So I'm going to go back out there.
SmartRSS. Settings. Changelog view improvements in the latest version. Button.
Okay, so we've got the button.
Premium unlock all premium.
Now, below that, we have unlock all premium features. So you can actually do this and have your premium features unlocked. We're not going to go in that.
Accounts local cloud sync.
Accounts local cloud sync. Now, there are various cloud sync features available, but I'm not familiar with them, so I cannot go into too much detail. But here, if you go in,
Accounts. Local current local. Button.
so the account I have is the local one, which technically is just all I did was I just imported an OPML feed into the app, and it's calling that a local feed.
Delete account. Button.
And I can delete that if I wish.
Add account with iFlux. Free Philo. Feedline. Mass.
Then you
Button.
can add various cloud accounts. I'm not familiar with these, so I cannot describe them.
Settings.
We'll go back to the settings page.
Color and style theme. Article style. Accounts local. Cloud sync.
Okay, so then we go
Interaction gesture operation. Color and style theme.
color and style theme
Accounts local. Color and style theme. Article style.
and article style. So these are various visual changes you can make to the app, the way it looks and things like that. I haven't delved into that too much because I don't really need to, really.
Interaction gesture operations. Startup page.
So here's where the startup page thing that I was talking about. So if we're going here,
Interaction. Haptic feedback. Provide vibration feedback on taps and swipes.
so we've got haptic feedback, so you can have vibrations. You can turn it on or off if you wish.
Switch on. Ticked.
Mine's
Auto
on.
immersive reading. Automatically hide up bar and bottom actions when reading articles.
Okay, you can hide the bottom app bar. That's the one with the starred, unread, and all articles, if you wish.
Switch on. Ticked. Auto immersive reading. Automatically hide up bar and bottom actions when reading articles.
That's in the reading, when you're actually reading the articles, each individual article.
Switch on. Article swipe navigation. Swipe left right to navigate between articles in article detail view.
Okay, and what to do when you're in article detail view, you can swipe left or right.
Switch off.
I've turned mine off, so it doesn't switch to the next and previous articles.
Auto mark on scroll. Automatically mark articles as read when they become visible while scrolling.
And article scroll, so when you scroll past them, as you're moving down your articles list, you can automatically mark them.
Switch on. Ticked.
Mine's on.
Articles per page.
Articles per page.
Number of articles to load per page. This also affects the number of articles used for AI aggregation.
Okay, so that's how many pages it will, how many articles it will load per feed.
50. Radio button. Ticked. 100. Radio button. Startup page. Choose which page to show in the app. Startup page.
And this is the one I was wanting to show. Startup page. So you have...
Choose which page to show when the app starts.
Choose which page to show when the app starts.
Feeds. Radio button.
Now you have your feeds, so that will show obviously all your feeds, or...
Articles. Radio button. Ticked.
Articles, which is the one I have ticked. So what that means is, as soon as we go in there, it'll automatically load up all my articles.
Keyboard shortcuts.
It has keyboard shortcuts.
Use keyboard shortcuts to navigate the app more efficiently. Global shortcuts. S. Go back to previous page. Article detail shortcuts. Execute default AI action. W. Toggle full.
Nice, just describing that. We don't need to go into that for the purposes of this demonstration, so we'll go back.
Settings.
Let's talk about what else we have.
Color and style theme. Article
Color
style.
and style theme.
Interaction gesture operation.
Interaction gesture operations. We've done that.
Languages interface. AI translation.
Right. So this app does actually have AI. And what it can do is it can summarize articles for you. Again, I'm not going to go into too much detail because I have not played around with it too much. But it can, like if you bring up your list of articles, you can actually get a summary of what is in all the articles. It does do that for you.
AI features, AI providers, AI actions.
AI features. Now you can set this up as well. So you can set up which AI engines work and how that works with your app, which ones it uses. So, and it has actions as well. Again, I haven't gone too much into this at this point, but it's there.
Highlights, manage highlights.
Highlights. Now, this is how you use this to pin certain feeds to the top of your list of feeds if you want to do that.
TTS settings, voice, language settings.
You can have things read to you, articles read to you, and you use this option here to customize your engine.
Sync settings, auto refresh, app startup sync.
Now, sync settings, this is quite important. You can choose how often the app syncs, or you can have it load on startup, which is what I do. I have it load. Now, at the moment, that's not working flawlessly. Sometimes you actually have to refresh the feeds by swiping 2 fingers down. But sometimes it works. Again, like I said, this is a fairly new app from my understanding. So there are still changes coming, and hopefully that will be updated in time.
Import exportable subscriptions management.
Right, import and export subscriptions management. Now, this is how I actually loaded all my feeds in. I used another RSS feeder to create an OPML file, and then I just imported it in from this menu option.
Tips and support about us, app version.
And then, of course, the support and tips about app version. And that's everything in the settings. That's everything you've got there.
Controls. SmartRSS.
Okay, so I've gone back from the settings because we're done there.
Add feed. Button.
Now I'm going to go into this top right hand corner button, which is add feed, just to give you an idea of how this works.
Add feed.
So when you go in there, it says at the top,
Blogs and websites.
blogs and websites.
Supported platforms.
Before that, it says supported platforms. That's just a heading.
Blogs and websites.
So you can add blogs and websites,
Medium publications.
media publications,
Mastodon profiles.
Mastodon profiles,
BlueSky profiles.
Blue Sky profiles,
Substack newsletters.
a newsletter, Substack,
YouTube channels. Reddit communities.
Reddit communities.
Select group default. Button collapsed.
Now, those are just kind of examples. Then it says which group. So at the moment, because I only have the one group, it's called default. If I add a feed from here, I could choose which group to add it to.
Feed URL. Edit box.
And here's where you add your feed. And
Add feed. Button.
there's an add feed. Now, below that button are a few examples of what you can add. So I won't go into that just too much here. But there are actually little, they give you demonstrations of what you can add. So I'm going to go back.
SmartRSS.
Now,
All unread 10 unread.
so we're back to our feeds list. For some reason it opened on that, usually opened in the articles. Anyway, so I'm going to go into this. Now what it's going to show is in the top right left hand corner we have the
Back. Button.
back button. And next to
All
that
unread. Back. All unread.
it says all unread because that's the view I have open here. which you change from the bottom, the 3 tabs at the bottom. Next to that,
AI aggregation button.
Is this AI aggregation. Now, this provides AI summaries and kind of gives you an idea of what the articles that are visible, what they're about. We're not going to go into that for the purpose of this demonstration.
Show menu button collapse.
Now, we have 2 show menu buttons. There's one to the far right and this one just to the left of that one. This one you use to mark your feeds as read. So if I go in here,
pop-up menu. All articles button.
I have all articles.
Above current page button.
Above current page.
Below current page button.
Below current page. Now, whichever you press of these will mark the articles corresponding to that as read.
Older than 1 day button.
And older than 1 day as well, of course.
Dismiss menu.
Let's just dismiss this menu.
All unread. Show menu button collapse.
Now, that's just to the right of that menu.
Show menu button.
Is this
Pop-up
menu. And this has...
Newest first button.
So you can sort how your articles show. Newest first is what I've got.
Search button.
You can do a search.
Newest first. Dismiss menu.
And you can dismiss them.
Newest first. Search.
So those are the options you have.
Newest first. Dismiss menu.
Dismiss
Unread.
that.
Show menu button collapse.
Okay. Now at the bottom again,
Star tab 1 of 3.
we have the starred,
Unread tab 2 of 3.
unread
Selected.
tab,
All articles tab 3 of 3.
all articles. So those are the 3 options at the bottom. Now let's go into a feed, an article, sorry.
Eurogamer 18 minutes ago. A year later, Xbox RPG About is finally coming to PlayStation 5. Former Xbox exclusive role-playing. BBC Sports 25 minutes ago. White Texans could go deep into NFL playoffs. And May has earned MVP. And BBC Sports 27 minutes ago. Everton disappointed after keen red card upheld. BBC Sport 30 minutes ago. Battle at the bottom. Altina, O'Neill, in focus. Livingston, host Kilmarnock, and a vital IGN articles 1 hour ago. To me, that's a slight mental illness. Centimeters punk compares on. Star tab 1 of 3.
Okay, so
IGN articles 1 hour.
we will go into this top article.
Eurogamer 18 minutes ago.
So now what you get is you get the article, and it's kind of got
Button. A Eurogamer image.
it's got the kind of icons of the article, and it's got some.
It's coming to PlayStation 5. It'll be released on the game's first anniversary, the 17th of February 2026. Note, the original PC and Xbox Series S/X release happened on...
So that's just kind of part of the article. It doesn't show the whole of it
Read more.
here. What you can do
Previous page. Button. Disabled.
is at the bottom we have various buttons. But first, let's go to the top.
11:19. Back. Button.
So the top left-hand button is back.
Button. Show menu. Button. Collapsed.
The top right-hand button is show menu. Let's go on
Pop-up
that.
menu. Copy link. Button.
You can copy the article's link.
Share link. Button.
You can share the article link.
Share full text. Button.
You can share the text, the full text.
Reading settings. Button.
Reading settings. So you can customize how it reads it.
Dismiss menu.
And I'll just dismiss that.
Show menu. Button. Collapsed. Open in browser. Button.
Now, just to the left of that top right-hand corner button is view in browser.
Read aloud. Button.
And just to the left of that is the read aloud button. And that will start reading the article.
Google Translator. Button.
And then it has a Google Translator as well, just to the left of that button.
Back. Button.
So the
Back.
top row is back.
Google Translator. Button.
Google Translator.
Read aloud. Button.
Read aloud.
Open in browser. Button.
Open in browser.
Show menu. Button.
And
Collapsed.
then the menu, which has those options I discussed. Now, at the bottom, we have more buttons.
Previous page. Button. Disabled.
Previous page. Of course, in my case, it's disabled because I selected the first article in the list.
Full content. Button.
Full content actually is a really neat feature. What it does is it gets the text of all of the articles, so you have the full article and you can just view it here instead of opening it at the web page.
Add to start. Button.
You can add it to start. Remember, at the bottom we have those 3 tabs. You have the start tab, the unread, and the all. You can add your article so you can read it later to the start tab.
AI action. Button.
AI action button. I'm not too familiar with that at the moment because I haven't played around with it, so I'm not entirely sure what it does. But I'm assuming it will also provide a summary, just like the above AI button in the articles list.
Next page. Button.
And then we have the next page. So, in fact, whilst I'm curious, let's see
AI
what
action
the
button.
action button does.
Dialog.
Okay.
Select AI action. AI summary based on the following requirements. Please analyze the RT. Button.
Okay, so you can perform various actions depending on the ones that you've set up. And because I don't have any set up, this was the default option, so it will actually provide a summary. But I do believe you can add further actions using AI.
Links. AI action button.
And
AI next page button. AI action. Add to start. Full previous page button. Disabled.
let's just go into
Show menu button. Show menu button. Collapsed.
this show
Pop-up
menu button. Now let's go down
Dismiss menu. Read dismiss menu. Reading settings button.
reading settings.
Reading settings. 25%. Font size 16px. Line height 1 point.
So it actually customizes
Reset button. Font size 16px.
the
Button.
size.
25%. Button. Button. 40%. Slider. Preview sample article title. This is sample text to print. Font size 16.
Yeah, so this is actually a visual. This is not to do with the text to speech. That's done in the settings. This is just visual reading changes. Okay, and I think
It's coming to PlayStation 5 and it'll be
that is pretty much the basics to get you started in this app. I do think this app has a lot of potential, and I do think it's a decent RSS feed reader. I think it still has some things to iron out, but I actually think it's a pretty decent start.
I think there were a couple of comments that Riz left for us post that demonstration, which we said we would cover. One is that if you want to refresh your feed, you can swipe down with 2 fingers, or closing the app will do it. I think automatic refresh is a paid feature, Riz said. Does anyone use RSS readers? I've got to say, I've never really got into RSS, aside from obviously when you subscribe to podcasts. I haven't really got into the habit of using it for articles. What about you, Warren? Do you use an RSS reader?
Well, I do, because you know what, there are certain things that maybe one is following, and you want to stay on top of those articles that are coming in, like the one Kieran just talked about, for example. So if you have something for Android Authority, is that where Michelle Rahman was from? I think it was. For example, you will be in the know. And so, yeah, I kind of like RSS readers. I know people are kind of like, they've kind of gone by the wayside, but they haven't really gone by the wayside. I like using those because that's what I use for fetching my news articles and all of that. So it's great to know that we have this other one out there. And thanks, Reese, for sending this. And guys, as we always say, if you have an app that you would like to kind of demonstrate for us, feel free to do so. Just let us know, because all this is contribution from you guys, and it makes what we are today. So feel free to contribute by demonstrating apps, or if you have a tip or something you would like to show our listeners how to go about doing certain things, we encourage you to do such a thing. Send us those demos and tips. Thank you again, Riz, for doing this.
Yeah, thank you. And RSS is something, whenever I see an RSS reader, I always think I should use that. Because as you say, most self-respecting, certainly news sites, still syndicate content through RSS if you want it that way. But it's just something, it's a habit I haven't quite managed to adopt outside the podcast sphere. Let's move to our next app demonstration then, and it's another ebook reader. Warren demonstrates Readest.
Hi, Warren here for Blind Android Users Podcast, and keeping in step with the theme of the episode, I'm demonstrating an app simply called Readest, Readest. Readest, as the name suggests, is an ebook reading app, and for today's demonstration, I'm utilizing my Pixel 10 Pro XL running Android 16.x and Android Accessibility 16.2. I am on the home page of Readest, that is on the Play Store page of Readest, and I'll navigate to the About. So we hear the description of the app, and thereafter I'll come back and tap on that install and get started. Here is a description of the app.
About this app. Google Play Store. Readest. Details. Experience the ultimate ebook reader across all your devices for avid readers. Discover Readest, the ultimate ebook reader designed for those who read to understand, analyze, and grow. Packed with powerful features like semantic search, in-depth note-taking, advanced bookmarking, and split-screen multitasking, Readest transforms your reading into an insightful journey. Whether you're diving into classics or exploring new ideas, Readest helps you digest every word and uncover deeper meanings. Embrace a distraction-free, immersive reading experience with tools crafted to match the needs of modern avid readers. Your library, your insights, your way. Start your Readest journey today. App Info. Version 0.9.97. Updated on January 10, 2026. Downloads 10,000 plus downloads. Download size 15.05 megabytes. Required OS Android 8.0 and up. In-app purchases $4.99 minus $49.99 per item. Offered by Readest. Released on June 20th, 2025.
And that's both the description of the app and its history. I'll now navigate my way back to the installation page and tap on that install.
Play Store. About this app. Heading. Button. Install. Pending. Verified by Play Protect. Button. Cancel. Enlist 31 items. Readest. 0%. 15%. 100%. Installing. Navigate up. Button.
We're done with the installation and I'll now tap on Open.
Open. Readest. Web view. Out of list. Readest. Main. In bookshelf. What's new in Readest icon? Version 0.9.97. Already the latest version. Changelog.
Upon tapping on the Open, we're landed on the bookshelf and we hear the What's New. In other words, there's the What's New in here that you can read. If you want, you just have to read all that's new, but that's not what I'm concerned about. I just want to dive in and look at what we have in the way of buttons, controls, and the likes, and that's what I'm trying to demonstrate here. Let's find the close button. I think it's there on the top left corner or slightly below the top left corner where we will find the close to close the dialogue about the What's New.
Close button.
I just tapped on the close there on the top left corner of the phone, and now let's go ahead and explore as to what we find in the way of buttons and controls. Starting from the top left corner and going to the top right corner, here are the buttons that we encounter.
Banner. Unlabeled.
There we have the unlabeled button there
Detected
on the top
image.
left, which is like the back button, and then moving to the right.
Search books. Edit box.
We have the search books moving right,
Collapsed. Import books. Menu pop-up button.
moving right,
Collapsed. View menu. Menu pop-up button.
moving right,
Collapsed. Settings menu. Menu pop-up button.
and that's the last item there on the top right corner. We'll come back to the settings. Now let's move down toward the middle and see what we have, because we're in the main bookshelf area and we have an item here on the left.
11,810,898,501,130.
Basically, that's just some information. If we tap on this, it's going to reveal some information or some tutorial from the developer, but this is a file from the developer. Now, to the right of that file, we got
Import books button.
import book. So we see that we have two import books, but there's a difference. And I'll show you what the differences are between this one here that is to the right of the existing file here. So every time you import some book, you're going to see this import book to the right of the current files that you have. It seems like it shows two items at a time in the library, and that import book will always be to the right of the last item there. So here's what I'm talking about, the differences between this import book and the import that we saw near the search area. If you tap on this import book here, it will take you directly into the folder, or that is the internal storage of your device, while the other one on the top, however, when you tap on it, it will pop up a couple menus. One is to import from your local files, and the other one to import from online books. I'll now show you what I'm talking about by tapping on the one that is here to the right of this file, that is to the file that is coming from the developer, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Import books button. Quick share. Show routes button.
There we are, and it says quick share, show routes. In other words, it places me in my quick share in the downloads area because I was working here earlier, and so basically in the recents. And if it's something else that I want to do, maybe look elsewhere, I could tap on that show routes there on the top left corner of the device. I'll go back though. We're going to come back here and import a book, but I'm going to tap on the other import that is found to the right of the search field, so you'll see the difference. I'll now go back.
Search books. Edit box.
Now here I am in the search books, and to the right
Collapsed. Import books. Menu pop-up button.
I'll tap on this import and you will see that it pops up a couple items: local, upload, and online.
Collapsed. Import books. Menu pop-up button. Fully expanded. From local file. Online library.
Here we got a couple items: local file and online. I do want to mention something here in passing, actually a couple things here in passing. There are some unlabeled buttons. However, if you're using Talkback, it does the heavy lifting and you can make sense of some of the buttons. But I do want to mention that while you're in a menu, do not swipe, because if you swipe, then it will automatically close you out of the menu. So we're sitting here on the local file, and all I need to do is explore to the next one, which is going to be the online.
From local file. Menu item. 1 of 2.
And go down.
Online library. Menu item. 2 of 2.
That's what we have here. So if I tap on the...
From local file. Menu item. 1 of 2. In menu. 2 items.
It'll do the same thing that happened when I tap on that import book found to the right of the existing file in the bookshelf. I'll tap here to show you what I'm talking about.
Readest, where you read, digest, and get insight. Web view. Out of library header. Quick share. Show.
There we are. We're back in the quick share, and I do have a book in here that's in the public domain, and I'll tap on that, and it's a book by William Tecumseh Sherman, and let's go ahead and tap on that book.
Memoirs of General William T. Sherman, EPUB, 855 kilobytes, June 6, 2020.
Here's our book, and I'll tap.
Readest. Loading. Readest, where you read, digest, and get insight. Web view. Out of grid.
Tapping on that now places me back in the main shelf area that is in the library, and now we've got a couple items. Each time you import an item, it becomes the first one on the left. So if I put my finger down,
Memoirs of General William T. Sherman,
and to the right of
11,810,898,500,000.
That's the file from those guys, the developer, and to the right of that will be the import books
button.
And tapping on that import books will take you to the internal folder. I'll now tap on the book that I just imported, that is the Memoirs of General William Tecumseh Sherman.
Memoirs of General William T. Sherman. Book content document.
I tapped on that, and now let's look at what we have by the way of buttons, controls, and all of that. And of course, I'm going to start from the very top and then work my way down. Starting from the top left corner, here's what we've got.
Memoirs of General Sherman, heading 2. In Memoirs of General Sherman, complete. The Project Gutenberg ebook of the Memoirs of General W. T. Sherman.
As you can see, I can explore through the text. So in other words, if I want to read it with my screen reader, I could
the original
read it with
ebook,
my screen reader. Now let's look at the items starting from the top. We got
Memoirs of General William T. Sherman, complete.
And that's a button there on the top left corner. If you tap on that, it'll close that book. Moving to the right.
Add bookmark button. In books content.
Moving right.
Translation disabled button.
Translation is disabled because I haven't selected something to choose its translation or to translate it into something. Moving right.
Collapsed. Enable quick action on selection. Menu pop-up button. Unlabeled. Image.
Moving right.
Font and layout button.
Right.
Notebook button.
Right.
Collapsed. View options. Menu pop-up button. Unlabeled.
Right.
Image. Close button.
We have the close there on the top right corner. Now, at the bottom, we do have some other buttons, and starting from the bottom left and going right, here are the buttons that we encounter.
Table of contents, button. In books content.
We got table of contents, going right,
Color, button.
going right,
Reading progress, button.
moving right,
Font and layout, button.
moving right.
Speak, button.
The last button at the bottom right is the speak button. Now, if I tap here, it will start to read. And upon tapping on that, another button will pop up just above that speak button. And that button that pops up there, if you tap on it, will take you to where you could find the different voice variants that you could select from. For the time being, though, I'm going to tap on that speak. And then once it starts reading, I'm going to stop reading by double tapping with 2 fingers. And then tap on the button that pops up above that speak button and go look at the different voice variants. I'll now tap on speak.
Speak, button. Memoirs of General
The Project Gutenberg ebook of the Memoirs of General W. T. Sherman. Complete by William T. Sherman. This ebook is
I double tapped with 2 fingers to stop the readout, but as I indicated earlier on above that button, which is the speak button, when that button's tapped, it's going to show some other controls, including things like playback, new paragraph, or next paragraph, and the like. And then there's going to be a button in there that has the voices. In other words, a button that we could tap on to get to the different voices that we could make a selection from. Here's what I'm talking about. I'm going to tap on that button now above that speak button.
button.
Tapping on that now presents us with other buttons.
Detected image.
And
A teal
controls.
circle contains a white icon of 3 vertical bars. The bars are evenly spaced and have rounded tops.
Now here in the middle toward the bottom, we have like the progress
1.3 slider.
or the speed. And then moving down, we got some buttons. Starting from the left, we've got
Previous paragraph, button.
moving right,
Play, button.
moving right,
Next paragraph, button.
moving right.
Button.
We hear button, and of course this is not labeled.
Detected icon, clock, image, a white clock icon with
This button, however, is a timer. For example, you could tap on here to go choose how long it reads for. So for example, if I tap here, the default is none, but then it goes from 1 minute to like how many hours. Let's go ahead and tap here and see what I'm talking about.
button. No timeout, 1 of 14. In list, 14
We've
items.
got no timeout going down.
1 minute, 2 of 14. 3 minutes, 3 of 14. 5 minutes, 4 of 14.
You got the drift. Again, if you swipe, it will close. So for example, if I swipe,
Out of list,
that closes it. And now I'm going to go to the right.
button.
And this button is the one that
Detected
brings up
image, a stylized icon depicting
voice
sound waves with a
variants.
sparkle, suggesting audio or sound related.
So these are the voices. I'm going to tap here.
Button.
Tapping on that, though, remember, do
Detected
not swipe.
image.
Instead, use the Explore. I'm going to put my finger down. The first several voices are the Google voices. So you got the US and the UK voices here. And then if you scroll down toward the bottom, then you have other voices, which I'm positive, almost positive, that these are coming from either Microsoft or something. You'll see what I'm talking about when I put my finger down and scroll down toward the bottom.
NUS language, 1 of 53. NSXIOB network, through NSXIOG network, NSXIOL local, 6 of 50.
What happens is that if you tap on any of this, it places a check mark to it, and you could tap on the play, that is the play button that is still showing here to hear that voice reading for you. So for example, if I
NSXIOL network, 7 of 53.
if I tap on that, it places a check mark to it that is not verbalized, but I could tap on the play. Tapping on the play will now close me out of the voices menu, and to come back to the voices again, I'll tap on that button there on the very right above the button that brought them up in the first place. So here's what I'm talking about.
Play, button. Out of The project
Sherman, this ebook is for the use of anyone anywhere at no cost and with almost no restrictions whatsoever. You may copy it, give it away, or reuse it under the terms of the Project Gutenberg licensing.
Memoirs of General William.
I think maybe somehow I've increased my speech rate there for the TTS of the readout. So now I'm going to tap on this button again because those buttons are now hidden.
Button. In books content. The Project Gutenberg ebook of the memoir.
And now I'm going to tap on this button again.
Button. NSXIOB Network 3.
Now I'm going to scroll down to the voices that are labeled with names.
NGBX GBA Local 20 of 50.
That's a British voice going down.
NGBX NGBX.
Let's scroll down again.
Anna 32 of 53.
The first voice we come across is Anna. Let's try listening to Anna.
The Project Gutenberg pause
And
button. In book play button. In books content.
You may copy it, give it away, or reuse it under the terms of the Project Gutenberg license included.
so the Anna voice here is a child's voice. I'm not sure about that one. So now I'm going to tap on that button again. That is the button that's found above the speak button to bring up the menu.
Button. Button.
And after you tap on that, that brings up the menu. Remember,
Detected image.
above that same button is the voice variants.
Button.
Now I'm going to scroll past Anna and find some other voices.
Anna 32 of 53.
There's Anna.
Ava 36 of 53. Ava Multilingual. Brian 38 of 53.
Here's Brian.
Brian Multilingual 39 of 53.
Let's try Brian Multilingual.
Brian Multilingual 39 of 53. Play button.
You may copy it, give it away, or reuse it under the terms of the Project Gutenberg license included. With this ebook or online at www.gutenberg.org. Title: The Memoirs of General W.
I just double tap with two fingers again to stop it, but that's how you go about using the voices. Let's go back though near the top right corner and see if we could get into the settings. First though, we're going to tap on that close there on the top right corner to close the book, or you can simply do a gesture to go back.
Close button. In main.
We're now back to the main UI, and I'm going to tap on the button there on the top right corner, and now I'll tap on settings.
Collapsed. Fully expanded. Sign in. Reload page.
Tapping on that, it starts to read some of the items here, and again, do not swipe, because if you swipe, you'll be closing out of this menu. So I'm going to just put my finger down and just explore. So this is probably one of the feedback comments that we could be sending to the developer to allow for swiping, especially for people who like to swipe when they're in the menu, because swiping while in the menu simply closes it. I'll now put my finger down and explore and tap on things that I think are of importance. Here's what I'm talking about.
Sign in. Menu item 1 of 12.
I'll go
Auto
down.
upload books to cloud on. Menu item 2 of 12. Open last book on start off. Menu. Always show status bar off. Menu item. Keep screen awake off. Menu item. Background read aloud off. Menu item. Reload page. Menu item 7 of 12. Auto mode. Menu item 8 of 12. Settings. Menu item 9 of 12. Collapsed. Advanced settings. Disclosure triangle 10 of 12. About Readest. Menu item 11 of 12. Help improve Readest on. Menu item 12 of 12.
Those are the items that are found here within the settings. Let's go ahead and look at
Settings. Menu item 9 of 12.
these settings here, the 9th item.
Font. Settings panels. Font. Layout. Color. Behavior. Language. Custom. Settings menu. Font. Settings override book font. Font size. Default font size 16. Minimum font size 8. Font weight. 400. Font.
Seems to me like all this has to do with visuals because it's talking about fonts, colors, and all of that. So this isn't something that's all that useful to you and I, unless, of course, if you can see some and can take advantage of things of that nature. This may not mean so much to some of us. I'll now go back.
Readest, where you read, digest, and get insight.
Now, it has closed the menu, and I'll tap on that again one more time to see if there's something else we want to look at. I want to look at the one that says advanced or talked about advanced.
Collapsed, settings menu, menu pop-up button. Fully expanded.
And I think that's the 10th item. I'm going to put my finger toward the bottom.
Collapsed, advanced settings, disclosure triangle,
There
10 of
it
12.
is. Tab.
Fully expanded. Change data location.
Expands.
Fully expanded.
And what we got is change data location. In other words, if you tap here, you'll see where it's storing its books. If you want to change it, then you could change that. Here's what I'm talking about.
Change data location, menu I. Change data location, current data location, data, user, 0, billingify, readest, calculating file info. New data location, choose new folder, cancel, start migration.
Well, there you are. So if you don't like where it's storing it, you could change that. Or
Cancel, button.
Just tap here on cancel. And that would conclude this short demonstration of Readest. And again, we need to write to the developers so that they could fix some of these issues that I'm describing earlier so that everyone will have a good experience. For me, though, I think I like it. It indicated in the description on the Play Store that's from $4.99 to $49. So my thinking is that this would be something like $4.99 a month or one-time payment of $49 or a yearly subscription. However, I haven't come across any problems. I was reading with it yesterday when I got it, and I let it read for a very long time, maybe a couple hours, and I didn't hear any problems. So it seems maybe he's planning to bring in some subscription later on, but so far I haven't found anything that has to do with subscription. Thanks for listening. And again, if you like what we're doing, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And thanks for listening.
We were joking aside earlier, Warren, weren't we, that how many of these ebook readers does one Play Store need? But you're still after that elusive replacement for 11 Rabs, aren't you?
Of course, that's the whole idea. I'm trying to find something that replaces that for it's a little bit expensive when you're talking about getting 11 labs. I was calling it E-Lab for some reason. But really, so with this one, though, all that one has is that you got Google Voices and then the Microsoft Edge voices. So if you like those voices in there, this is probably something to use. And I was listening to something with it yesterday for maybe like 3-4 hours, and it didn't time me out or ask for any payments. Yeah, so we're getting close to something useful, and it's just that, like Karen and I always say, there's always something about that 11 Labs. Maybe the voices are a little tad better than the other people out there. However, what I like about this one is the fact that it exposes the text to the screen reader. For example, I was reading last night and I came across a name that I wanted to find out its spelling, and I was able to find that out. If I were using 11 Labs, for example, I would have never known how that thing is spelled. So there's always a plus to something and a minus to something. And so I'm glad that this one does expose the text to the screen reader. Another thing that I'm not sure about is the language support. I'm not sure as to how many languages it supports. I am not sure. I didn't see a way in there to say, change the language. Maybe Karen, maybe, more apt to finding that out. And Karen, if you do, let us know.
Honestly, I haven't tried it, so I can't comment. But I guess that it should support other languages, because it uses the Google Voices and Microsoft Voices, and they both support a wide variety of languages. So I guess that this should be possible. This is already available.
You being you, Warren, I know you'll want the app to work with the screen locked. Can you read with the screen locked?
Yeah, it does allow you to read with the screen lock, and there's an item in there in the settings that says read in the background. And to be honest, I didn't even turn that on, but still it reads with my screen shut off. So that was a very good question, Ed. So whether you turn that on or not, in my experience, it still reads in the background. Another thing I want to mention here is that sometimes the controls, will hide. And so if you want the control to be visible again, you just kind of do like a little swiping mode with 2 fingers from the midsection, upward. And those buttons at the bottom will show. The buttons that I mentioned in the demo will show, or you could just simply double tap with 2 fingers to stop the read back. But yeah, it does support background play.
Excellent. And now we move to a tip of the week, and Joseph Hodge demonstrates using Airdrop to transfer files from a Mac to a Google Pixel 10 series phone.
All right, so I'm going to send a file from my Mac to my Pixel here to kind of demonstrate this. This is using a Pixel 10 Pro Fold XL. I think you have to have the Pixel 10 series to do this. So I'm going to go to my Downloads folder.
Finder, applications, window, list view, table.
And
ultimate Christmas present, the MP3 audio.
I have a
QA_bug_tracker.xls.
QA bug tracker here. I'm going to click share.
Open with, move, gadget, rename, compress, duplicate. Make a quick look, copy QA bug, share ellipsis. List in popover.
And
Airdrop button.
I'm going to click AirDrop
Table, airdrop,
on my
cancel,
Mac.
button, cancel button, image. As Joseph Hodge, airdrop. As Joseph image, cancel,
It's tell me that I'm sharing as Joseph Hodge.
As Joseph Hodge, image. No, there's no one nearby to share with. No people found. There, cancel button. There, no people found.
Okay, so it's telling me there's nobody found. So what I need to do
Expand. Selected
on my
files.
Pixel
Back.
is go to,
Home.
I'm just going to do it
Friday,
this way.
January 9th.
I'm going to go to my notification and then my quick settings.
Notification shade. Off. Airplane mode.
And I'm going to go into quick share.
Airplane mode. 4 of quick share. On connected to Pixel 1. Quick share. 3 of 12.
I'm going to double tap on this.
Dialogue. A new look and easier file sharing. To help. What others? Joseph's Pixel 10. Good to know. Only your contacts can view your accept or decline. You can leave. Got it.
I'm going to click got it here.
Quick share. Back. Help. More. Quick share. You'll appear as.
So now I'm going to click on
Help.
more in here
Pop-up window.
on the Pixel.
Settings.
Go to settings.
Quick share.
And I need to change
Device name. Joseph's
the who can share with me option
Quick
is,
share uses Bluetooth. Learn more about quick share. Who can share with you? Anyone nearby temporarily.
okay, so it's set to anyone nearby now. So we're good there. That's positive.
Ready to receive.
All right.
Select.
So,
Receive one of
so now it says ready to receive.
As Joseph Hodge. Image. List. Image. List.
So now my Mac,
In list Joseph's Pixel 10 Pro XL.
I see Joseph's 10 Pixel XL. So I'm going to hit
Joseph's
to
Pixel
select
10 Pro
that.
XL. Waiting.
So it says waiting.
Joseph's MacBook Pro. Accept request. One file.
So it says
5.7
Joseph's
kilobytes.
MacBook Pro recept request.
Send to. Select. Accept. Out of
So I'm going to
list.
click,
Decline.
I could decline or accept. I'm going to hit accept.
Back. Message. Everyone mode has ended. To protect your privacy. Help. Back. Help. More. Quick share.
And I think
You'll appear as.
hopefully I got that.
Joseph's Pixel 10. Sharing with Joseph's receipt. One file. 5.7
Yep.
kilobytes.
So I got it.
Receive. One. View downloads.
So it's in my downloads folder.
Open. Selected. Send to 2.
So now,
Back.
let's just say
More.
I want to go back to more because
Pop-up
it told me
window.
that that
Settings.
ended.
Send feedback.
So I'm going to go to settings.
Quick share. Back. Account Joseph.
And-
who can share with you? Contacts.
Change this back to everyone.
No people found. 2 more items. Group. Visible to nearby. Not selected. View contacts. List view table. Row 2 of 9. QA underscore tracker.xlsx office open XML spreadsheet. 6
So I'm gonna click everyone.
January 7, 2026 at 8. 19 a.m. Selected. Downloads. Window.
Sorry about my Mac talking there. Sorry. Too many things are happening there at one time. So I'm going to back out of this. So I've set this back to everyone. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to
Friday, January 9.
my Files app.
Recent apps. Files by Google. Internal storage. Audio. Boss. Audio. Airbnb Nightmares.
Got this Airbnb Nightmare. So I'm going to share this.
Share. Open. Share.
I'm going to choose Quick Drop.
Share. Sharing one file. Heather McKinney, Lonnie, Joe, Katie Frederick, John, quick share.
All right, go to Quick Share.
Back. Airbnb night.
So now,
Clear file. Sent and use QR code. Looking for near. Receive 1 of 2. Selected. Sent. Receive. Looking for nearby devices. Out of list. Use QR code. Looking for nearby devices. List view. Table. Row 2 of 9. QA underscore tracker.xlsx off. List view. Table. Row 2 of 9. QA underscore.
remember, how do I... There's something I got to do on the Mac, and then...
Application. Control center. System dialog. Not playing. Just press record. Actions available. Wi-Fi. Bluetooth. Album artwork. Not playing. Preview. Next. Dim. Airdrop. Stage manager. Airdrop.
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 Actions available. Contacts only. Selected. Toggle button. Everyone. Toggle button. Selected.
I got to choose everyone on the Mac.
Joseph's MacBook Pro.
There we go. So now,
Receive 1. Joseph's MacBook Pro. Computer. Out of list.
Joseph's MacBook Pro is now showing up here on my Pixel. So I'm going to double tap that.
Joseph's MacBook Pro. Connecting. Joseph's MacBook
Airdrop.
Pro.
Joseph's Pixel 10 Pro XL would like to share Airbnb Nightmares. TTS. 2016 MP. Everyone. Selected. Toggle button. Contacts only. Airdrop. Select Airdrop. Airdrop. Actions
And
available. Just press record. Mail. 1000. Safari. Finder. Just press record. Mail. Support. Finder.
I think I got it. I think.
Airdrop. Selected. Toggle button. Contacts only. Toggle everyone. Everyone. Selected. Toggle everyone. Selected. Toggle. Finder. Downloads. Window. List view. Table. Ultimate Chris. QA_tracker.xl. Grounded for life. QA_.
I'm not sure where that file.
Help. Back. Help. Quick. You'll appear. Joseph. Selected. Expand. 1. Clear file. Send to use QR code. Joseph's MacBook Pro. Failed. Back.
Okay, so it failed because I didn't. It wants me to.
Help. More. Quick.
Hold
You'll
on a
appear.
second.
Joseph. Selected. Expand. 1 file. Clear files. Send to nearby. Use QR code. Joseph's MacBook Pro.
And do this
Joseph's
again.
MacBook Pro. Waiting. Back.
Airdrop. Joseph's Pixel 10 Pro XL would like to share Airbnb Nightmares. TTS. 2016 MP 3 inches. Group. List view. Tape. Size 6 kilobytes. Kind spreadsheet. Name QA_ empty cell. QA_ empty cell. JK Rowling. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's QA_ Ultimate Christmas Present. Grounded for life folder. QA_ tracker.
Help.
Do I have to go to Notification Center?
Notification center. Window. Airdrop. Joseph's Pixel 10 Pro XL would like to actions menu. Show details. Decline. Accept. Scroll area.
So I'm going to hit accept.
Joseph's MacBook Pro. Send
Scroll area. Airdrop. Receiving Airbnb. S. TTS. 2016 MP 3 inches. Group.
And that should be done.
More. Quick share. You'll appear. Joseph. Selected. Expand. 1. Clear file. Send to nearby. Use QR code. Joseph's MacBook. 70%. 74%. 80%.
So it's sending right now.
89%. 94%. 99%.
Scroll area.
100%.
And it's
Joseph's
done.
MacBook Pro.
So now,
Joseph's MacBook Pro. Sent. Disabled.
Scroll area. Finder. Downloads. Window. Airbnb Nightmares. TTS. 2000.
it's in my downloads folder.
Just press record. Recording 01. Start and stop the recording. Selected. Top.
So it's a little clunky, right? Like it's not as simple.
Screen off.
You know, we have to do like a lot of steps. I've only sent from my Mac to my Pixel, so I didn't realize you had to go to the notification center in the Mac and then click accept. I thought, you know, this is one of the things that Apple really should fix, where when it sends you an AirDrop request, it just, you know, gives you a pop-up on your screen and you either hit yes or, you know, accept or decline and move on with your day. I don't know why I have to go to the notification center. But anyway, regardless of all that, you did see it work. I probably should have tested this before recording this the first time, going from the Mac to the phone. So I apologize about that. It's a little odd, but you know, we got through it together. So that's what you're going to experience. The biggest key thing on both devices, because if you don't do it on your Mac as well, you need to go to AirDrop, especially if you want to receive something, and you have to make sure that's set to receive from anyone. Same thing on your Pixel in the quick share settings, as we talked about in the very beginning. So hope this helps, and talk to you next time.
I think he said in the demo that you needed a 10 series Pixel to do that. Do we know if any other phones do it? John, do you happen to know if Samsung supports AirDrop?
No, it doesn't. It's just a Pixel for right now. But I think somebody reported somewhere, it could have been Michelle Ramad for all I know, but they saw that it's coming to the Pixel 9 series at some point. So Google's working backwards. I don't know if it's going to come to other Android phones or not. I'm just surprised Apple hasn't broken it yet, to be honest.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
John, it's funny you mentioned, you know, Apple Fruitvale breaking it, because you guys remember that beeper thing that we had?
Yes,
and
that worked for like 3
it was
days.
quite a little debacle to where even congressional people were talking about it, and you know, Apple stood its grounds. So it's just kind of funny that Apple would want to break something like that. I don't think they're going to break this one, but I'm looking forward to it coming to the other devices. The whole idea, though, is to be able to get to every Android device, and that's how it ought to be. So they need to do something just like the RCS messaging. We need to have that.
Yeah, Apple just wants it to be inconvenient for Android users. So as long as they have to turn on share with everyone or whatever option, like you have to do something from both ends, right? You have to transfer. So as long as it is a pain in the butt for Android users, Apple's probably fine with it.
And also, I guess it's different breaking something Google are trying to do than breaking something a little app developer's trying to do, especially if you just said to them you'd quite like Gemini to power their AI on your phones because your AI is rubbish. maybe there's a little commercial quid pro quo arm wrestle going on here, that actually there's a non-aggression pact on Airdrop.
Yeah, well, Ed, you're probably
for
onto
sure.
something on there, most especially if Apple is going to be asking Google to use Gemini for some
Yeah.
of its
Hello.
stuff. You better not mess with this
Yeah,
stuff, right?
yeah. I'm sure Google will be well rewarded, but even so, perhaps it's not somewhere Apple necessarily wants to be going, is it? Well, I wonder what
Yeah.
sort of I wonder how many people use Android exclusively on mobile and have a Mac. It's an interesting combination.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. And but there are some people out there that have like an Apple computer, or for some reason they have that, and then they have Android, and so it's nice to see this coming through. But like we said, it'll be better if it's trickled down to every Android device out there. And Joe, it was nice to hear your Samantha there again. I need to give Joe a bad time every time, But thank you so much, man. We appreciate you.
And we conclude this episode with a Talkback highlight. And this is a new feature introduced in Talkback 16.2. John shows us the new text formatting announcements.
Hello, John here, and in today's Talkback highlights, we will be discussing the new text formatting announcement features that were introduced in Talkback 16.2. There are two types of announcements. There are automatic announcements, and there is a manual announcement, and they behave differently. The automatic announcement, as Talkback is reading a certain block of text, it will tell you when a formatting change starts and when it ends. And with the manual announcement, it will just tell you the location of the item within the current Talkback focus and what formatting changes it has applied to it. And I'll demonstrate both of these going forward and show you how to adjust the settings for each. First, I will show you how to get to the related settings for the automatic text formatting announcements. You're going to bring up your Talkback menu.
Talkback menu. Audio ducking on.
And go to Talkback settings from here.
Talkback settings. Talkback settings. Navigate up button. Audio heading.
And under the audio heading, you're going to find verbosity.
Text to speech. Verbosity. Verbosity. Navigate up button.
And on the verbosity screen, near the bottom,
Speak text formatting. For changes like bold and italic, switch off.
You're going to look for this switch. I have it turned off, but it is turned on by default, which I'm not sure it should be, but it is. So if you want to just turn it off, you can come here to turn it off, but I'm going to turn it on and show you the options you have.
On.
Swiping to the next item.
Text formatting options.
And going in here.
Formatting options. Navigate up button. Announcement style. Sound only.
Now I have mine set to sound only. I don't remember the default.
Announcement style. Navigate up button. When speech is on, you'll hear announcements like start bold, headline, and bold. Radio button, not selected. Speech and sound.
I'm going to set it to speech and sound for now, but you have the three options.
Radio button, not selected. Speech only. Radio button, selected. Sound only.
So you have speech only, sound only, or both.
Radio button, not selected. Speech only. Radio button, not selected. Speech and sound.
I'm going to do both.
Selected.
Back out of here.
Formatting options. Announcement style. Speech and sound.
And next we have
text formatting announcements. Heading. Bold. Checkbox checked.
You can go through here and decide which you care to hear about or know about.
Italic. Checkbox checked. Underline. Checkbox checked. Strike a throw. Checkbox checked. Text color name. Checkbox checked. Text color hex value. Checkbox checked. Text size. Checkbox checked. Font family. Checkbox checked.
And those are all the options you have that are customizable that are related to the automatic text announcements. meaning as you're just using Talkback, swiping through items or exploring the screen, if there is any formatting changes detected, it will let you know about them. And now I'm going to show you how to make sure the manual formatting, if you prefer that method, is added to your Talkback menu, or how you can assign it to a gesture if you want to. So backing out of this text formatting options page.
Verbosity, text formatting options.
And backing out again.
Talkback settings, verbosity. Visual, heading. Controls, heading.
Going to the controls headings in the regular Talkback settings.
Gestures.
I'll first show you the gesture.
Gestures. Navigate up, button.
And now this is optional, but if you want to go in here to assign a gesture, this is how you would do it. You'd find your gesture. I'm going to go by headings.
1 finger, heading. 1 finger back and forth, heading. 1 finger angle, heading. 2 fingers, heading. 3 fingers, heading. Tap with 3 fingers, touch and hold.
I'll just temporarily change this for this demonstration.
Tap with 3 fingers, radio button selected, touch and hold.
And now navigating by headings.
System actions, heading. Reading, heading.
It's under the reading heading, but it's the last item in here, so I'm going to go ahead and go down to the next heading and swipe left.
Menu and controls, heading. Radio button, not selected. Describe text formatting.
And double tap here.
Gestures. Tap with 3 fingers, describe text formatting.
So now that I've assigned that, I'm going to back out.
Talkback settings, gestures.
And below gestures we have
Edit menus.
Edit menus.
Edit menus. Navigate up, button.
Going in here, I'm going to go to Talkback menu.
Customize Talkback menu. To use the Talkback menu, tap the screen with 3 fingers. You can also swipe up then right or swipe down then right. Customize Talkback menu. Navigate up, button.
Now that I'm in here,
Actions for current item, heading.
it's under actions for current item.
Spelling, grammar suggestions, shows when the cursor is on a typo. Checkbox, checked. Actions, shows when actions exist for the current item, including links, copy, paste, select, and more. Checkbox, not checked. Describe text formatting, for changes like bold, italic, underline, and more. Checkbox, checked.
As you can see, it's the third item here, and I have it checked. And now I'm going to back out of here and show you one more thing.
Edit menus. Customize Talkback menu. To use the Talkback menu, tap the screen with 3 fingers. You can also swipe up then right or swipe down then right.
I'm going to go to the reading controls.
Customize reading controls. To use the reading controls, swipe left or right with 3 fingers. You can also swipe up or down with 3 fingers.
I'm going to show you how you can add the ability to turn on and off automatic text formatting through a reading control.
Customize reading controls. Navigate up, button. Reading, heading.
So again, it's under the reading heading, and it's near the bottom, so I'm going to go to the next heading.
No next heading. Web navigation, heading.
So I'm going to swipe left from web navigation.
Spoken language. Change spoken language from available text to speech languages. Checkbox, not checked. Turn speak text formatting on or off. Change weather formatting like bold and italic or read aloud. Checkbox, checked.
And here's where you would add or remove this from the reading control. And now that I have explained how to adjust all of the settings related to this feature, I'm just going to go ahead and demonstrate it using the What's New in Talkback walkthrough. So I'm now on page 4 of that walkthrough, and here's what we have.
Talkback can now announce changes in text formatting like bold, italics, and text color. To get started, focus on the item with formatting, open the Talkback menu, and select Describe Text Formatting or add a reading control for text formatting that will turn on or off the announcement of formatting changes. When you're ready to try it, here's an example of formatted text.
So here we go. I'm going to swipe to the next item, and you'll hear how the automatic text formatting works.
This text is in Start bold, bold, end bold. A confident shout, while this is Start underline, underlined, end underline. A whisper, no doubt. Start background color red, #B222222. Roses are red, and background color red, #B222222. A classic, it's true. Start background color blue, #000OCD. Violets are blue, and background color blue, #000OCD. A lovely soft hue, some are. Start smaller size, small, and smaller size, like secrets barely there, and some are. Start bigger size, huge, and bigger size, demanding all the air. Colors can splash, a vibrant display, from Start color red, #F08080, fiery red. End color red, #F08080, 2. Start color green, #80DA88. Verdant greens. End color green, #80DA88. Gentle sway.
As you can see, that's a bit much, but that's with everything turned on. I prefer just to have the sound turned on to let me know that there is formatting, and then I can use the manual formatting description if I want to, and I'm just going to show you how to do that. So the two ways are by bringing up the Talkback menu.
Talkback menu. Describe text formatting.
The first item is this right here, and this will only show if the item in focus has formatting, so it won't always be in the Talkback menu.
Bold from character 16 to 20, bold, underline from character 56 to 66, underlined, background color red, #B22222 from character 90 to 103, roses are red, background color blue, #000CD from character 128 to 144, violets are blue, smaller size, from character 176 to 181, small, bigger size from character 224 to 228, huge, color red, #F08080 from character 299 to 308, fiery red, color green, #80DA88 from character 312 to 327, then verdant greens.
And that's what the manual formatting description sounds like. Also, I assigned it to a gesture, so if I tap with 3 fingers,
bold from character 16 to 20, bold,
it will do the same. I won't make you listen to all that again, but that's how you would do it. And now, one last thing I'm going to show you is how to turn this off through reading controls. I'm going to change my reading control until I hear text formatting announcements.
Paragraphs. Lines. Words. Characters. Focus delay. Turn speak text formatting on or off.
And I'm going to swipe up or down.
Speak text formatting off.
And now it's off, so if I touch this area again, it will just read it normally.
This text is in bold, a confident shout, while this is underlined, a whisper, no doubt. Roses are red, a classic, it's true.
I won't let it read the whole thing, but as you can see, it is now turned off. Hopefully this covers everything related to this feature, and I hope it's been helpful. Thank you for listening.
Definitely a bold move to introduce those.
Especially to have them turned on by default.
Yeah.
Well, like we said earlier on, I think some weeks ago when it got introduced, this is a really good feature for those of you, especially if you're a student and you want to find out the text properties or whatever the case may be. This surely comes in handy. So I'm glad we have this because it's one of those things I believe that people have been asking for eons now, and to see that come through, it's a huge plus. And leaving it on by default, but then the good news is that one could turn it off, and goes to prove that customization is a good thing. Thank you, John.
Yeah, thank you, John. I'd just like to underline the point that you can turn off formatting announcements. John is clearly the font of all knowledge on this. And the good news is it works offline, so your Arial does not need to be working.
Wow.
How many more formatting puns can I get into this segment? Probably none. Four's enough, isn't it?
All good things must end. Thus, it's curtain drawing time, bringing us to the close of this week's episode. Coming up, though, we give you information on how to get hold of us.
That concludes this episode, folks. John, how can people get in touch with us?
To contact us, simply send an email to contactus@blindandroidusers.com. If you'd prefer, you can leave a voicemail by calling +1 307 202 9797. You can join our mailing list by sending a blank email to blindandroidusers plus subscribe @groups.io. You can join our Facebook and Telegram groups or subscribe to our YouTube channel using the links in the podcast show notes or YouTube video description. And you can find all of this information and more at our website, blindandroidusers.com.
Well, that's it for this week. Say bye-bye to the nice people, everybody.
Bye, everyone. And again, thank you so much for listening to us week in, week out. We're looking forward to seeing you guys next week, and most especially in a couple of weeks. Don't forget to join us in that first open listener session and developer session, because we're going to be having some fun time with you guys. Until next week, guys, have a great week. God bless, and keep the home fires burning.
Bye.
Have a great week.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Goodbye, folks. Have a great week.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Blind Android Users Podcast. Until we see you next week, don't forget to leave us your comments and suggestions via our email contact or using any of our social media sites. Have a great week.